This project is something that our Cricket Research Network for Women's Cricket in Scotland has put together, because we're wanting to document the history of women's cricket so that by 2028, which is the 150th anniversary of the first documented women's cricket match in Scotland, we will know more about the history of women's cricket and celebrate that long history of Scottish women's cricket.
And this is the moment for Scotland. Yes, time to celebrate. Yes, time to be part of history, as Scotland are the first team to qualify into the ICC Women's T20 World Cup.
It felt like there was a kind of untold story north of the border, actually. So I was really excited when Fiona approached me and said, let's do something on the history of the Scotland women's team, because obviously they crop up in the history of English women's cricket as well. So there's this kind of initial match in 1932, this multi-day game between an England team and a Scotland team, and then it sort of disappears for a few decades. And there still is so much that we don't know.
But this particular project that we've been doing focused on the 2000 moment, and so we have got quite a lot of information to help us piece together what was happening around about 2000.
I think it's really cool that a couple of academics in Fiona and Raf have decided to really research and look into the history of Scottish cricket. It's something that we don't know much about, so I think the work that they've both undertaken is going to be really important to shape the future of us going forward as well. But it's really, really important to recognise the past, where we've come from, why we're in the situation we are just now, what are the learnings we've had from the past, but also what were the things to celebrate from the past as well. It's a really, really good piece of work, and super excited to play a small part in it.
Our project has been trying to understand why it was that in 2000 the first official team was formed, and one of the things we've done is look back to the few years before that to try to see what was going on in Scottish women's cricket. And one of the things that was happening was that Linda Spence, who kind of drove the whole process, she managed to get a women's team set up here at the Grange and pulled together all the women that she could find that were playing cricket in Scotland to make a women's team here. And not only did they train here, but they also played matches against a wide variety of opposition that Linda managed to find, for example the civil service, and they played matches against teams in Northumberland in 1998 and 1999, and they won that league. When Linda went to Cricket Scotland and asked, can I form a women's team, a national women's team, she had some form, she had players ready, and there was a group of women ready to kind of answer that call.
Honestly, really good to look back on where the game's come from, how it all started and where we are now. And I think for me, having been involved in it, it's really eye-opener to what it was like back in the day. But then also the huge strides that women's cricket in Scotland has taken over 26 years or 25 years. Yeah, it's been really exciting. As
part of the project, we interviewed 5 of the people who were in that very first international team, and I've mentioned Linda already, but Carrie was part of that first team, and obviously Carrie's influence has continued into the present day. So through being captain, through being coach, through then leading the current under-19s in their own World Championship. But since 2000, the rise of Scottish women's cricket has really been amazing, and that's something that I think the pioneers who set out at the beginning to make a Scottish women's team can be really proud of, because if they hadn't started then, it could have been, today that somebody's saying, should we have a Scottish women's team, not 25 years ago.
The number of girls that we've now, and women that we've got playing the game, the number of clubs that are offering women or girls sessions, the volunteers, the standard of cricket as well. I think that was always a big thing when, in the start we were travelling off down to England and expecting to compete. It was really, really challenging, but now we've got a number of professional cricketers. I think that shows you quite easily the strides that the game's made, and it's, we've got to keep going. We can't think we've made it or we've done, everything's finished. There's a long way still to go. But I think we should be really proud, and rightly so, of how far we've actually come.